Almost every guy I've known thinks that wearing all black outfits is like a cheat code. Like it's automatically stylish because it's clean and minimalist. But honestly, the truth is that most guys that wear black look like they're fucking hiding from something. Like they're trying to look edgy, but in reality they have no personality and no presence. They hope they look sharp by just wearing a black tee, some jeans, and maybe some high-end sneakers, but that doesn't really work that way. Like if anything, it just exposes that you have no style game. Okay, wearing black only works when it's intentional. And today I'm giving you the full breakdown, okay, the real guide on how to truly wear full black outfits. And I'm also going to give you some real life examples so you can have a clear picture on what I mean. Full black outfit in a full black coffee. Okay, the biggest issue that people don't seem to understand about black is that it hides everything. You need to understand that there's no color or anything to distract people. Okay, so if you don't do anything to make it look more stylish, it looks boring as hell. You seem like you throw in whatever you find in your wardrobe. Full black outfits, as I like to say, can make or break your entire outfit, as there are no distractions in your whole outfit. If your fit is sloppy, it shows. If your pieces are bad quality, you can notice. If it doesn't show your silhouette, you look basically invisible, like you're trying to hide yourself from something. But at the same time, black is ruthless. And if it's used properly, it can be very high-end, very classy, and at the same time, it puts you in a position of authority, because that's exactly what black portrays. But as I said, if you don't know how to style it, it will make you look like you're not even trying. And the majority of people fall in this category. Black is the most common color used among high-level men. And the majority of my clients who are high-level men come to me and usually want black outfits. So here's my formula that I give them to always be able to rock this kind of style. Here's like the framework we could say I use, which is divided by 5 parts, which makes every black outfit go from boring to very stylish. The first thing you need to play with is textures, okay? If there's no other colors to distract you from anything, you need to add textures to create contrast and make this kind of depth in your outfit. So for example, you could go for a leather jacket with a cotton tee to create this mixture between ruched and mate. You could also go, for example, for a wool coat with some denim, which is not my favorite, but I have to admit it looks very good because it mixes the casual with the refined and classy. Also, if you prefer a kind of edgy style, you could go for some ripped neck with some tech pants. This also matches the kind of streetwear style where you mix soft with structured. Or also, if you like edgy, you could go for a combination I love, which is also playing a little bit with your footwear. So you could start implementing some Chelsea boots with some chinos to play with this edgy but at the same time smart style. Basically, the key here is never wear the same texture from head to toe, okay? This is what will make you look lifeless and boring. The second thing you need to understand if you want to wear all black outfits is that fit is king. And this is basically because with black, your silhouette is your statement. Obviously, every style has a different fit, but you need to understand what style you're wearing and wear a fit accordingly to that. Because if you're wearing all black and your fit is off, there's nothing that's gonna save you. So for example, if you like to dress like me, always in a suit, always smart, you want to have everything tailored for you. And if not, don't even bother, because you will look awful. But if you like more of a kind of streetwear style or more relaxed style in general, you should always go for one of these two options, okay? You should wear your top more fitted and your bottom loose to create this kind of distinct structure, or on the reverse, okay, you could go for a kind of relaxed top with the bottom tapered, which will give you a kind of more modern and chill vibe. A quick hack that will change absolutely everything is just to taper your pants, cuff your ankles, and get all your clothes tailored. Even if you buy off the rack, okay? Everything I do, for example, with this suit, I did this. I bought it off the rack, which is basically the kind of clothes that you can find on a store that are not tailor-made for you. But then you go have them tailored, which will add a maximum of $20 per piece, and you will have tailored clothing, which will fit you perfectly because they are made for you. The third step that you need to do if you're wearing all black, and this is a must, is elevate your style with accessories, okay? Because black is like a blank canvas, and the accessories is what will take your look to the next step. Okay, for example, right now I'm wearing a full black outfit, but you can see how this little accessory makes the look. Or for example, I have another client that loves full black outfits, and he loves to play with accessories like, for example, glasses or chains, maybe some rings, or maybe also bracelets. You should always take into consideration your skin tone in order to buy golden or silver accessories. Basically, if you have a kind of cool undertone, you want to go for silver or white gold, and if you have more of a warm undertone, you want to go for gold. Just keep in mind that if you wear accessories, you don't want to overdo it, as if not, you will look emo. Okay, if you want to look emo, that's your decision. I wouldn't recommend that. But if you truly want to wear accessories, just keep in mind to wear a maximum of 2 rings per hand. I would recommend just one or two necklaces. I always prefer to go for one, but if you have a big one and a short one, also looks great. And just one bracelet. I also love watches, and there are actually some jewelry that is black, but I prefer to bring a little bit more of contrast and distinction by getting jewelry that it's silver or golden made. Also for the accessories, obviously you need a black leather belt, and here I would recommend to have a high quality one, as if you buy cheap, you will notice the difference. Then a thing that will definitely make or break your outfit is your footwear, as this is essential if you're wearing full black outfits. It's like full black outfits have a spotlight on your feet, and if you have cheap or dirty shoes, it will completely break the outfit. Obviously, you should take into consideration that there are different kinds of settings, and you should buy footwear based on every different occasion you're in. So you should buy some footwear for more casual occasions and some other footwear for your more formal settings. So what I recommend is that for your daily life, you get some boots. You could get some Chelsea boots for your night outs, or more for a streetwear vibe, you could go for some combat boots. If you prefer to go always smart, you could usually go with some Oxford or derby shoes. For your daily casual settings, I would recommend to have some black leather sneakers. They look amazing. And also for some kind of smart casual settings, I love to go with loafers, okay, especially penny loafers. But if you truly want to avoid looking like the kind of 15-year-old, I would really recommend to avoid busted athletic shoes, okay, like for example Nike Air Forces. This will definitely make you look awful, childish, and it's basically what the 90% of guys do. So if you want to stand out and look differently, I would really recommend to avoid those. And obviously the last step, and this is my favorite, is layering your pieces. This is the king when we're talking about full black outfits. Layering in black is like a life hack, okay? It's what will make you look elite and stylish. Now I will show you some real life examples on this, although I have to admit that I love to play with colors, and I only have kind of formal clothing, we could say, because I love to dress elegantly. But for example, some outfits that I truly love, it's a fitted turtleneck with a wool coat on top and some fitted trousers. And this is what you usually get for kind of smart casual settings and your daily life. If you prefer that kind of streetwear edgy vibe, you could go for a black tee with an overshirt and some cargo pants. If you like this kind of relaxed vibe, instead of just wearing a hoodie, I would recommend to wear a hoodie, a bomber jacket on top, and some crop pants. This will add some depth and will also make you look very stylish. And if you like the futuristic edgy vibe, which I personally love, I would recommend to go for a long tee, and on top wear just some tech wear jacket and some joggers. But when you layer, you don't do it just because, okay? You add every layer to add some shape or create contrast. And when this is done right, instead of just looking simple, boring, or chaotic maybe, it makes you look controlled. Now let me get changed so I explain how to do this properly. Okay guys, so this is the first outfit. I decided to also add some glasses that are not black, but it also adds a little bit more contrast as it has a different color, which is the purple that I love. I decided to go for a suit and a black tee, as you can see here. Okay, for the pants, I went for the pants that came with this suit with a black belt. And for the shoes, as you can see here, I decided to go for some clean black derbys. Here you can see the full overview of my look, and I think it looks amazing. I love this kind of outfits for the kind of casual but at the same time smart settings, because I always love to go for a suit, but sometimes I go for a more classy style. Keep in mind that my casual settings are a minimal like this, so I always look like this when I go to the street. By the way, I forgot to say that I left many clothes in my other house in Spain, in Barcelona, so I don't have a lot of outfits in black, but I also used to go a lot with a streetwear style for some casual settings back then, and I also love to go for some cargos and some edgy black sneakers. I don't have many outfits here, but I'm also going to show you another one that I love for more of a kind of edgy style. Okay guys, this is the second outfit I wanted to show you. It's basically a fitted turtleneck with a wool coat. Then I used the same black leather belt with some chinos. And for the footwear, I decided to go with these penny loafers, which have some white to create some more contrast and in my opinion look more stylish. For the glasses, I decided to go for these full black ones with a kind of gradual shape in the lower part of the shades. Again, here's another view of the whole outfit. I hope you also like this one and you understand how layering is so important, okay? Maybe you don't appreciate it, but by using a cotton turtleneck and a wool coat, it creates a massive contrast, and by layering, it creates this depth. An important thing to consider here is that every single piece that I showed you is very versatile, and you should take that into consideration when acquiring new pieces. Because as you can see here, I can also use the same turtleneck with the first jacket I show you, and it also looks amazing. And I've also used these outfits for a kind of night outs and a smart but at the same time classy and refined outfit. At the same time, instead of the tee, you could wear some sweaters with a crew neck, and it also looks amazing. So my recommendation here is that you need to keep trying with different outfits, take into consideration the setting and the occasion, and also remember the 5 steps that I told you about to make any outfit look amazing on you. I'm sure that if you take all these advices, you will stand out in any situation and you will have every single person in the street noticing you, because black screams authority when it's used right. The thing you want to avoid here is looking boring and average, because average is our worst enemy. Don't fucking settle and be the man that you always wanted to be. My ideal self has always screamed authority, elegance, and being classy, also being kind of mysterious. So that's what I took into consideration when building my outfit. But as I said, I would love to show you much more outfits, but I love to incorporate some colors too. I have a lot of denim in colors like, for example, beige, cream, even navies. So I can show you everything that I wanted to show you right here. But now that you know the basics and the theory, you can start implementing this on your own, and I'm sure you will look amazing. If you have any doubts, you will have my Instagram down here in the description, so you can shoot a DM and I will be glad to have you with anything that you need. I hope that you truly like this video. If you like it, remember to hit the like button and subscribe for a lot more of videos like this, and I will see you in the next one, gents.